Okay, we're good. So, hello everybody. My name is Dakzky, and welcome to Project Vibes. Uh, I got my very first guest here. Say hello, Eric.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric, and do I do the introduction right now or?
Thank you for for being the first man to join me in this venture. You are very brave.
Thank you. Actually, it's an honor for me to be the first person to be invited to this project, and I'm very honored.
Yeah.
This is a privilege, actually.
I'm not really sure where this thing will end up, but I
Mhm.
really appreciate you doing this. It's really
Mhm.
it's really great to finally talk to you,
Thank you. Same with me.
So a little bit of context for the viewers. I recently joined this Patreon A Club for content creators, and I met some interesting people there, and one of them is Eric. He's on YouTube, and his channel is called Factor Trace, correct?
Yes, exactly. Factor
Yeah, yeah.
Trace on YouTube.
Yeah, so how about you tell us, also the audience, a little bit of background about you and what your content is about?
Okay, sure. Yeah, so Factor Trace is a channel on YouTube that specifically talks about scientific subjects. I do plan on covering a wide array of topics, but right now I'm mainly focusing on um, the subjects that I'm most interested in. That are paleontology, natural history, and animals in general. So my channel right now doesn't yet have a lot of videos. I only have 14, including shorts. I started making my channel actually uh, more than 2 years ago. That was
Mhm.
during um, the COVID pandemic that I started uploading my first video, and I think I was quite lucky because my first video got a bit of attention. Not like it didn't went viral, of course, but it got quite a lot of views for a new channel, and that pushed me to continue creating. By the way, I am Eric from Indonesia. I My profession is actually graphic design. I'm a graphic designer, and my videos are designed in a way that incorporates my profession. So it is very visual heavy. It is very. I hope it is visually appealing
Yeah, yeah.
because I
I
try to
really
make it.
like it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to make it unique by incorporating motion design and science, which not very many channels on YouTube make. And yeah, I think that's quite a long introduction to what I do and my channel.
Yeah, so yeah, your videos are very informative and presented really well, and the graphics are, yeah, definitely top notch. Uh,
Thank you.
Very professional.
Oh,
I
yeah, thank you,
I
Dakzky.
think it's on par with bigger channels on YouTube. I believe
Oh, I hope it does.
I believe more people should see it. It's
Oh, yeah, I'm
the
still working on getting more recognition, actually.
Yeah, the algorithm is really a beast that
Yeah,
needs to be dealt with.
exactly. Yeah,
It's a very difficult enemy.
it
So
is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, I'm curious. How long does it take to make these videos, roughly? Can you give us some idea?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I'm a one-man team, so I cover everything about the video, starting from the script writing, which usually takes around 1 to 2 weeks, if everything goes smoothly, 1 to 2 weeks for writing the script. That includes the research and, of course, the editing and the flow of the script, the storytelling. And then we go to the most time-consuming part, which is the animation and the visuals. So it's quite difficult to give an exact approximation, but I would say for a 5-minute video, it usually would take around 2 weeks for 5 minutes. So 10 minutes would take 1 month on average.
Wow.
And yeah, because if I'm productive, I can animate 30 seconds of animations per day. But most of the time, I'm not even able to animate 10 seconds due to various reasons, because I also create a lot of the graphics myself. So the drawings, the illustrations, I draw them myself, and that also takes
So
a lot of
you're a
time.
little bit of an artist as well, because
Yes.
I saw your videos. They have drawings there. Did you draw them yourself?
Yes, almost all of the graphics are made by me, except for the parts that I put the credits. So I do take photos and illustrations from the internet, but I try to use as small amount of those as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with AI image generation.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Have
as a
have
graphic
have
designer, it's quite impossible to not get exposed
yeah.
to that.
So you have any interest with that?
I'm willing to try, but I'm not really like. There's a lot of debate around AI image generation, mostly for artists, because yeah, we are afraid. Like, I mean, we don't want artists to lose their job to AI, and lots of artists actually stand against the use of AI. For me personally, I haven't really decided on my stance. I would be interested to try, but I haven't actually used or tried any AI image generator.
Yeah, perhaps you're too busy to even dive into it. I mean, you're doing this content creation like a part time, right? Some kind of a hobby. Is that
Yes,
correct?
it started as a hobby, yes, as a passion. At this moment, I have a part-time job, and I'm also still occasionally take commissions from design commissions.
So you're like me then, like yeah, you're working from home,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
I see, I see. So before all this content creation thing, did you have any job or what?
Oh, yes. I actually worked as a teller in a private bank in Indonesia. I worked there for 3 years, the length of the contract. I actually uploaded my first video, the Spinosaurus one, when I was still working in that bank. Uh, and then my contract expired. So now I'm just focusing on being a graphic designer and hopefully soon become a full-time content creator on YouTube.
Yeah, that would be nice. So you quit your job and then you focus on graphic design. So that means you enjoyed graphic design more compared to the regular job. I
Well,
mean,
first off, Dakzky, I did not quit. My contract was just for 3 years.
yeah, I
So
mean,
after the
but
yeah,
you can renew it anyway if you really wanted, you know.
well, it's going to be quite difficult actually to get the contract extended, because there's like a whole loads of bureaucracy and
Okay.
administration things that I'm not. Yeah, but to be honest, I was not really passionate about working a 9 to 5 job, and I would really like to pursue this creative endeavor. And
Hmm.
although being a graphic designer, working on commission working on commission projects as a graphic designer isn't the best. I would still rather work as a graphic designer than work in a big corporation, like doing that basic 9 to 5 job.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's I can relate to that because I used to work on a studio before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I understand.
Yeah, they don't give you lots of creative freedom.
Yeah. So your content is about animals. So
Yes.
you really like animals?
Since I was a kid, I've always been drawing, and the subject of my drawing has always been animals, like living creatures.
Ah, I
That
see.
includes dinosaurs, and when I was a kid, I like to draw like monsters and all kinds of like beasts and animals. Yes.
Yeah, I've actually been drawing animals too, but it's more like you know the thing called furry.
I'm sorry. Called what?
Furry.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to do that when I was younger, somewhere in high school. I don't know. I think I was fascinated about anthropomorphic creatures like werewolves and minotaurs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because
So I like
because
drawing
animals have
those
like
before,
exactly, yes.
and I put them in a awkward situation, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I think I understand.
Because
Yeah,
my
yeah.
content. I'm
Yeah, I do know it. Yes.
I'm a not safe for work guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
But
what made you decide making content creation? How did you get started?
oh, this is an interesting question. I mean, allow me to share quite a long story. So I've always been a creative person since I was a kid. I've always been creating, drawing. I used to make comics, create characters and things like that. Um, I have actually considered making YouTube videos for quite a while before I started. But then it all began when my friend invited me to work on a video for her channel.
Mm.
And when we were discussing about the video idea, I actually came up with an like a sort of the video that I have right now. It's like an animated explanatory video. I pitched the idea. It didn't really go through. Like my friend went ahead with her previous idea and made the video. I also collaborated in her video, but I felt to myself like this is a brilliant idea, the idea that I came up with, and I didn't want to just forget it. So I decided to get on the journey myself. At the time, I saw quite an interesting topic. If you follow paleontology and dinosaurs, there was quite a big news, like a big discovery for a popular dinosaur, the Spinosaurus. And I thought to myself, this is an opportunity for me to like jump on the hype train and create a video explaining the situation myself. So I started researching and writing the script, studying about the subject. And actually, I haven't really animated before I started working on the video.
Oh.
I was very new to After Effects. I've only like watched a few tutorials, but I've never really practiced anything. But after I've committed myself to work on the project, I think I learned everything nearly from the scratch. And
So
yeah, I get the
you
video done.
self-taught yourself.
Yes,
Wow.
I learned mostly everything from YouTube tutorials.
Wow, that's very big, difficult. Like
Yes, it was challenging. Yes.
I tried to learn some programs like Blender and some editing tool, and then after a few days I was really hyped, and then after a while I just forget about it, you know. I I I'm kinda easy to lose interest on something.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I actually tried to learn Blender as well, and I gave up straight away after a few tries. Yes,
Yeah.
so that's the story. I uploaded my video not expecting anything much.
So
But after 3 weeks, it actually got around 1,000 views, around
wow.
10,000 views, if I remember correctly. And I thought to myself, this is a chance for me to continue making this. That I've learned the skills to animate using After Effects, and I've
Yeah.
also refined my workflow, and I decided to continue and make Factor Trace like a continued thing, not just like one passion project.
Yeah. I'm actually very very interested with your graphic design. I was hoping one day maybe you can do some stuff for my game. I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
I think my graphic side is not very well developed. I'm more
Well,
focused on characters and yeah.
well, I don't think I would agree to that. Like your graphics has its own charm. Like it's yeah, it has its own appeal.
I think what I did was kind of a retro game, some kind of a game from the 80s. It looks like that for me. Yeah, so you're into paleontology, you like stuff from the past.
Yeah, exactly. Life from the
Yeah.
past. Yes.
Oh, I see. So you're interested with other stuff as well, like ancient people, some kind of what's that called? Anthropology? Are you
Uh,
some
Archaeology, I
yeah,
think, if
yeah,
it's but yeah.
archaeology, something like that. Are you interested in those too?
Not exactly, but I do interested in the history of humans, like evolutionary history of humans, not exactly about the
Oh
culture.
yeah, that topic is really really wild, man. Because there's a lot of videos about that in the internet. It really blows my mind.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
really complex subject.
yeah.
The topic that I'm planning to jump into, like what I'm really passionate about, is about the environment.
Mm,
But I think like regarding the size of my channel right now, talking about such controversial subject might be risky. So I've been putting that off for a while now, and I'll just focus on the more acceptable or like easily marketable subjects for now.
actually, since you said it, you're still small, right? I think it's much better to do this now because the bigger you are, the higher the risk. So since you're small, you have very small risk, and also the kind of content. I think it's really popular. You might you might grow on those kind of videos. I actually
Yeah,
since
and thinking about
you
it,
are
yes.
very well read, you are good at researching. Yeah, I think that can go popular easily.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a high demand on those kind of content.
Yes,
Actually,
indeed.
I've been listening to this guy. He's called his name is Matthew Lacroix, and he talks about ancient Mesopotamia. You know, the cradle of civilization, and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting because based on his research, humans civilization started not from 6,000 years ago. According to him, human civilization actually started way back, somewhere around 200,000 years ago. Talks about Atlantis and the pyramids, like the how people from Atlantis had a war with the gods, and the Bible stuff. They were actually not just a myth.
Mm.
They were actual history, but due to a lot of catastrophes, like the world was destroyed by water and fire. So human civilization keep getting destroyed and then getting started over and over. We're like in a different era now where we are the he calls it the plastic age.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to interview him one day if
That would be great. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, based on what you're telling me about your interest, it's like you want to make awareness with all what's going on in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean, we humans are very reckless. Yeah, so what motivates you on making these videos? Is there some goal?
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I aspire to become a science communicator because I truly believe that scientific literacy, like scientific knowledge in the general public, would come a long way in our community right now. Like that would allow people to judge and make informed decisions about what they do in their life. Also, that can allow them to make better choices and manage their life in a better way. Um, I think I've mentioned this before in the Patreon A Club that we had a few weeks ago. It's about the Japanese principle Ikigai.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
It's
that.
yeah, it's an overlap between what the world needs, what you can do. I'm sorry. It's an overlap about what the world needs, what you love, what you can be paid for, and what you are good at. And I think my ikigai was to become a science communicator because I think, well, at this moment, I don't think my YouTube fulfills the part where I can get paid for, but hopefully in the future I can build up more audience and get that section filled out. But yeah, I think scientific literacy is really important in this day and age because lots of people they don't realize that their choices are actually making the world become less and less hospitable. That their choice in consumption, that their choice in way of life,
Yeah,
those are actually hurting the planet and will actually shorten like in the long run it'll actually make humanity in the future pay for our recklessness right now. And yeah, deep down I've always thought that we need more people to talk about this. We need more people to spread awareness that we are right now not living in harmony with nature, and that is not just harmful for every other living being that share this planet with us, but also with ourselves, with humanity itself, that by consuming more than what the world can replenish, we are actually um, making life harder for our next generations. And unless we change the way we consume right now, we change the way we treat nature right now, we can't guarantee that our next generation will have a good life, will have even a hospitable planet.
so I'm just curious, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 22 right now, but I'm turning 23 in a few days.
So yeah, I think I can feel you, man. I'm actually on my 40s now, and back then I had the same feeling before, but I didn't really proceed with it because life is hard and it's very easy to get distracted, and it's I'm really happy that you're one of the people who can pursue this path. I have respect for that.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Do you have some a family, or are you still single?
I'm still single. I'm still living with my mom and my brother right now.
Oh, so do you have any girlfriend?
Uh, Sadly, no.
So
Well, I just broke up not long ago, actually.
yeah, I see. So you're from Indonesia, right? So
Yes.
let's I want to know more about Indonesia because I only see it on the map, you know. I don't have
Mhm.
a good idea of Indonesia. So what it's like there is what's your how do you describe Indonesia, you know, the culture, the your religions and you know, your development. How would you how about you talk a little bit of Indonesia?
Oh yeah, sure. I have a lot to say, so I might ramble for a bit, and I may not make a whole lot of sense. Uh,
See, okay, go on.
I actually have a close friend that's also from the Philippines, and from what I've heard from her, I think the Philippines and Indonesia are not very different. I think the main difference is the major religion here. So we are a mostly Muslim populated country. I think up to 80% of our population are Muslim. And Indonesia is a very, very crowded country. I think we have like 275 million population. Wait, let me check that real quick. Yes, 273.8 million population in our country right now, and um, that that huge number of population contains many ethnicities and cultures and languages. For me personally, I spent my childhood in a city near the capital, Jakarta. I spent my childhood in a city next to it, called Tangerang. And in my teens, I moved to the city that I reside now. It's in North Sumatra. I haven't been to a lot of places.
Sumatra? Is that
Yes, North Sumatra.
what the capital? No?
No. The capital is in Jakarta,
Oh,
in
Jakarta.
Java, the
Yeah, yeah.
island of Java.
I lost that one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I personally haven't been to a lot of places in my country, and my country is a huge place with lots of differences depending on where you are geographically. All that I can say is that we are a developing nation, um, and I will not say that it's entirely bad or entirely good to live in this country. It has its nice things and its not so nice things to become to be an Indonesian citizen. But one thing that I can tell you as a creator is that it is still quite difficult to make a living as a content creator in Indonesia.
Mm-mm.
Lots of the young generation here are actually starting to focus into becoming content creator on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and things like that. But I think economically, we are still very limited.
So,
And
okay.
uh, okay, this is one thing as well. In Indonesia, we don't speak English, so English, I think, less than 5% of our population is actually able to communicate in English. So there is a huge language barrier in terms of content that you can produce or consume in Indonesia. Like for me, for example, I chose to make content in English because I think the type of content that I produce will work better in the international market, and that is quite um, difficult to sell to my
On your
peers. Yes,
local
exactly. It is
consumers.
quite difficult to say sell locally because, of course, again the language barrier.
Yeah.
And yes, I think also lots of Indonesian creators focus to cater on the Indonesian market because we have a huge population and lots of our population have access to the internet, and that allows Indonesian content creator to capitalize on the Indonesian market and grow nationally.
Yeah, so I noticed there's a connection with your country and your content, which is you want to do good with your country. You want them to be aware, but you cannot reach them directly, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
something like that. Yes, I want to increase the scientific literacy of the community.
So I believe when you say that, it's like a lot of Indonesians are not very well versed with science, something like that.
Uh, I think this will be quite controversial if I answer it, but I'll just be honest with you. I think yes, we are not very literate when it comes to science. Lots of
Yeah.
people just go to school for the basic stuff, and something like like a simple natural phenomena can become like a weird, like a viral sensation. People will make crazy theories surrounding just a simple natural occurrence, and that shows that the people in my country, they prefer to believe in the spiritual and the
Yeah, yeah, traditions and culture, something.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Indonesia. I Perhaps it's safe to say that there's a lot of tribes there, like ethnic people. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they have their own ways of life, and yeah, it's similar here in the Philippines. I mean, we have a lot of ethnic groups here as well. There's like 1,000 languages here, and most of the parts in here in the Philippines are not yet developed yet. So I guess it's similar to Indonesia, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is also something like that. Yes.
Yeah, especially in the mountains and the remote areas. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I can see why you want to produce this kind of content that you're doing. Uh,
hmm
uh, I think it's good. You're doing good in the world.
Thank you. Well, I think one similarity in Indonesia is with the Philippines is that in Indonesia, the most developed areas are in the island of Java, where the capital is. And I think in the Philippines, it's like the northern side. The northern side is more developed rather than the southern part.
Yeah, I'm actually on the southern part right now. Yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, the developed areas are more on the Luzon Islands.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
any other interests you have aside from science and graphic design? Do you like games, movies, or anything?
Oh, yes. In my teenage years, I used to watch a lot of movies, like one movie every week. Um, but right now, I've like reduced it by a significant amount, and I still enjoy watching movies, but not as much as I used to. I'm also into sports, mostly badminton. I play badminton
Oh, so you're
every
like
week.
a physical guy. You like
Not
to go
exactly.
physical.
Actually, one adjective to describe me is that I'm a nerdy guy. I'm very.
well, when I listen to your voice, it's like you're very manly.
Oh no.
You're like
Well, I think if you see me in real life, you'll know that I'm not exactly the manliest or the most macho man that that you can find.
yeah. Well, actually, I'm actually more interested in games,
hmm
like PC games and gadgets and
Exactly,
stuff.
because you also make games yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I've been drawing since I don't know, grade school, somewhere in grade one, grade
Oh
two,
wow.
something like that. Very young when I started drawing.
Ah, I see, I see.
And then I developed it. My mom hated me for it.
Yeah, because of your
Yeah, because
NSFW subjects. Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting, and it's actually like people actually want it, and people actually need it. You are just like supplying for the demands of the market, right? People will need artists like you to create the content that they want to see.
yeah, I think the market is very ripe right now because of what's going on in the world. They are promoting what do you call this feminism, yeah, and it's making men depressed, something
Ah,
like that. And there's a lack of dating, and marriages are falling apart. And there's also the culture is changing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think men nowadays don't like to get involved with actual women nowadays.
I think they're like intimidated by the interaction to real women.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. But what I see is it's also economic because
Mm-hmm.
the earnings are staying the same, and then the cost of living is going up. So for the most part, men tend to be tight with their money, so they don't go on dates. They
Mm-hmm.
prefer playing games or watching movies instead. Netflix.
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm providing them with some relief.
Yes.
We are men. We have
Yeah, yeah. We need
needs.
that. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yes.
we have needs, and it's more demanding compared to women. Because
Yes.
women can control their urges, like, right.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. While men are, they get blue balls. It's like,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, personally, if I don't do it, the how do you call this? The service.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it can be physically painful for men
yeah,
if
yeah,
we like don't fulfill the urge.
yeah. We need to self-service ourselves every once in a while. For me,
Yeah,
it's like every 2 to 3 days. Oh man, I'm already panicking.
yeah, yeah. I think this is like a new trend, like a movement, like the no nut November movement, or like the cult, maybe, like I can use that word to describe this group of people that would stand against like 100% no masturbation, no
Oh,
watching
that's
adult
ridiculous.
content.
Those
Yeah,
guys
but
are
and
crazy, man.
Maybe coming from a scientific point of view, there's actually no scientific literacy or like research that's really showing the evidence of benefit for men for not doing that.
Mm.
And I think for some people, maybe they get the benefit mostly from doing other productive activities, like instead of staying home all alone watching porn and then masturbating. They instead go out, maybe doing sports, doing activities in the community, and they can develop social connection with people. I think that's why people that are practicing no nut actually feel that they improve as a person. It's not the no masturbation itself, but it's the thing they do to avoid doing masturbation that is positive.
Yeah, it's like they are distracting themselves.
Yes, distracting
Yeah,
themselves with
on a
positive activities.
positive way. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah. So yeah, that's quite a segue. We went from environment, and then we end up on. I think this is fun. I might do it more.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah. And it it's really good that you can actually level with me. I'm pretty surprised because we are very far away. Our interests are very far away. Yeah, but you can still relate to me because
Yeah, we're just humans after all, and
yeah,
I think one thing that makes us more connected is that we're both content creators and we make videos for people online.
yeah. I think that's the it's like kindred spirit, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't expect this to be this fun actually. At first I was kind of nervous. What am I gonna ask this guy? And is he gonna relate? Or is he boring or is he fun to talk with? But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Will there be any awkward silences where we don't know what to talk, what to say?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, when I was younger, I was very social, and then once I started working on the animation industry, I started isolating myself more and more. I became almost like an introvert.
Hmm.
Although I don't believe I'm an introvert, but I behave like one nowadays. Ever since
Mm.
I started working, I guess I found my calling or something like that, and I
Yeah.
started focusing on it. And then
Mm.
I noticed people around me they couldn't relate to me anymore. Like my old friends, they couldn't connect with me anymore because I was talking about deep, deep stuff, and they have no idea what I'm talking about.
Wow.
I don't know if you have the same experiences, although you're actually younger to me.
Yeah, I actually do feel that as well. Like talking about the scientific subjects that I cover, I almost never like I cannot remember the last time I discussed the scientific subjects that I cover in my video with a real people like in front of me.
Mm,
They would not understand. They would not relate to what I'm talking about. I think like I can separate my friends into two categories. One is that the friends that are just fun to be around when you're laughing, when you're joking around, and you're playing games.
yeah,
And the other friend that you can relate to on a deeper level. And this second category of friend that I think is more hard to come by. I only have a handful of them, and most of my friends right now, I think I'd say are the people that are really fun to be around with when you're laughing and playing
like
games
there's an
and giggling
occasion, like a
around.
birthday, a wedding, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
and once you're starting to open up about yourself, talking about your vulnerability and talking about your passion, they'll quickly lose interest and the conversation will fizzle out.
yeah, or they just excuse themselves, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah, yeah.
happens to me a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started this venture just to connect with people again.
hmm
Yeah, I'm very glad that you accepted this.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, sure. This is like an honor for me. This is fun actually. Yeah.
yeah. So about the ancient stuff again. Do
Mm-hmm.
you believe in aliens?
Oh,
I'm really interested in these things.
oh, this is a great question. Yes, this is yes and no. Yes, I do believe in aliens, but no, I don't think they have visited Earth. I know, like in the vastness of the universe, like in the countless of stars and planets that orbit them, there must be an intelligent life. I mean, I believe what you mean by aliens are uh, civilization on another planet, right? Not just like simple living bacteria on the surface of a planet.
No, actually intelligent beings, something like that.
Yes, I'm sure there must be aliens out there, but I will need more proof to believe that aliens have visited Earth, have visited us right here, right now. The all of the evidence that I've seen that people have provided of UFOs, alien mummies, like the recent, in Mexico, the recent publication of alien mummies. I found that to be not convincing at all. Like those are either fake or people mistake something else for aliens. How about you, Dusky? Do you think aliens have visited us?
Uh, I I think aliens are among us actually.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
because I think we're living in a some kind of a program.
Mm-hmm.
If you so I think we're living in some kind of an algorithm. When you tune your radio, there's different frequencies there, different stations. I think we're one in those stations. Think about it as that radio station is like our reality.
Oh, I
And
see. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
so
you're saying like we're living in a simulation right now?
yeah, something like that. I think,
Oh, okay,
and
interesting.
scientists are heading towards that actually, based on what I've been watching in the internet
Oh, yeah.
nowadays.
Well, mathematically, it's quite difficult to prove or disprove the thought experiment that we are living in a simulation because I would like to think math as the code of whatever program is running this simulation of reality that we live in right now. And
Oh,
when you
but
look,
by the way, it's good that I chose to talk to you because you are you are pretty sciencey kind of guy. So I wanted to know if
I'm
what your
just
thoughts on the subject.
most of the time I'm just pretending to be smart. I'm not really smart. I'm just a regular nerd.
Yeah, but you're actually rational.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, well, that thing I can attest to.
Very
Yes,
scientific. Yeah.
something interesting about math is that once you look close enough, mostly into the quantum realm, things that make sense in the regular math begin to break apart in the quantum realm. And uh, I think like a philosopher, like a modern philosopher, said this once, and I think it's a really good way to put it. It's as if God or whoever programmed this simulation or this reality that we live in, they just didn't care to write the description or the code of the smallest thing that we can observe, that is the quantum world. And yeah, the code down there, just everything just start to break apart. And I think it's a really, really interesting concept because I really believe in math. I think the way we perceive truth is by math, by actually having something, by having something by
Tangible.
having something tangible. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, something tangible to hold on to. And we've been doing that using math. And once the equations that we use begin to break down, that's when we start to lose grip on what's real and what's not. Yeah, I
Although
think it's
for me
really
it's
really
not really a
interesting.
bad thing if we lose grip of the tangible and not. Do you think it's a bad thing?
Uh, I think it's quite scary to lose control and not know what exactly is all of this.
Well, I think that those unknown things are pretty exciting, you know. you know, imagine if we're living different lives, you know. We might be alien ourselves. Like we don't really belong here.
Oh, can you elaborate on that?
About the frequency thing. Our lives are actually like a cycle. When you die, you just respawn, something similar to a game.
Oh,
you
so do you
know
believe in reincarnation?
yeah, I think there's in reincarnation. I think it's not really something that it's not really logical. Actually, it's just something in my gut
Mm.
that makes me feel that way. We're just experiencing life, you know. It could be different kind of lives. Let's say I could be a game developer in this reality, and in a different reality or frequency, I could be a doctor or a porn star. You know.
Yeah, the
So
possibility is endless.
yeah, I mean, there's the talk about infinity, and it's really mind blowing. I don't know if you listen to those kind of talks. I like to listen to these scientists such as Michio Kaku, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and
Oh, yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
philosophers. Yeah, I'm very interested with these people, and yeah.
Okay. Well, talking about infinity, I think there's this concept that blew my mind recently. Is that imagine you have an infinite amount of $1 bills, and also you also have an infinite amount of $20 bills.
Mhm.
Both are infinite, but does the the infinite $20 bills bigger than the infinite $1 bills in terms of the monetary value? And mathematically, I think the answer is that we have different sizes of infinity. So both things can be infinite, but the $20 bills infinite is actually bigger. Like I really like don't understand, but I saw a video explaining this from a real mathematician, and it's really trippy. It tickles my brain in a certain way.
Yeah, but I guess you can say that it's bigger because you will value 20 than 1, right? So I
Yes.
guess when he say the $20 bill is much bigger. I think that's where it boils down.
Yeah, maybe. But that's the oversimplification. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So I don't know. Actually, the game I'm developing right now is based on the multiverse, actually.
Uh,
Yeah. So I'm really interested in this kind of things, and I'm trying to develop my game.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So although there's a lot of how do you call this, not safe for work stuff there, but yeah, I actually want it to be deep, but
Mhm.
I didn't execute it right. It's really hard. Yeah.
Yes, because the multiverse is a really complex topic, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I have a question about your game. Do you develop it in Unity or Unreal Engine, the usual game engines, or where do you develop your game?
I'm actually don't program myself, although I know some programming with action script from Flash way back.
Oh,
But the
okay.
game I'm developing is made from Click Fusion,
Oh,
yeah, on
okay.
Steam. Yeah. So I found the developer from Brazil who was interested, and he's very passionate about games, and we just clicked, and we've
Uh-huh,
been
I see.
doing this for like 6 years now. I don't remember.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can see my profile picture in Discord, that's the poster child of the game. Her name
Okay.
is Halina.
This is like
Yeah,
the character for the
yeah,
game.
yeah. It's an
Okay, I see.
original character.
Oh, so you designed this character.
Yeah, I for the most part I do the game design, the character designs. I do the writing, and I'm doing similar things to you, like graphic stuff. Mostly
Ah,
materials are on my end and the story, and then
oh, okay.
I pass it to my programmer. His name is he called himself Pink Cookie Games. He's from
Ah,
Brazil. Yeah.
uh-huh.
So yeah,
Okay,
we
I see.
develop it and it's almost done. Maybe this year we can actually wrap it up and develop a new game now.
Oh, that's cool. So you're going to continue the project with this developer?
Yeah, the word developer is actually a broad term. It could mean anything because when you say developer, like a game developer, there's different kind of people that's involved there. He could be a writer. A writer can be a developer. A programmer can be a developer, animator can be a developer, stuff like that. Voice,
Ah, I see, I
yeah.
see.
So it's a broad term. It doesn't mean one thing. When you
Ah,
say
okay.
game developer, you could be anything of those. So
Okay.
you have to be specific with 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 the term. Is
So I think
he?
the right term is it would be the programmer.
Yeah, the programmer should.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you like games yourself, like PC games, Joe?
I don't play games like religiously. I
Like
casually
casual?
play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do play a mobile game casually. Clash Royale, if you if you know,
Clash
it's
Royale. I think I saw
yeah,
it
it's from the
somewhere.
same developer from Clash of Clans
Mm-hmm.
from Supercell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sometimes play that, and on PC, the only game that I have on my PCs is just Minecraft, and I
Mm.
sometimes play that
My kid
casually.
actually plays Minecraft, and
Oh,
it's getting in the way of his studies a lot, and sometimes I get frustrated.
he
Yeah,
plays too much game.
yeah. The young ones, they are very impulsive.
Talking about games, do you have any like games you would like to suggest? Maybe I can check some out.
Well, if you're a casual gamer, uh maybe some Android games are good, but on PC, hmm, I think I don't know if you like action games. Do you like that kind of games, action, or are you more cerebral kind of gamer?
I think games that don't require much time to complete. Like you can just log in, play for a few minutes, and be done with it.
Oh, so you don't like a story-driven kind of game?
Um, I don't think I've ever tried a lot of story-driven games, but
Uh,
I'm open to trying some.
uh, wh- I have a game on my computer. A few of them is called Near Automata. Oh
Oh
yeah,
no, not with
I
that.
think you would like it because it's a futuristic game. It's about humans are already dead and it's only machines and androids roaming the earth.
Oh wow.
And it's very philosophical. So I think you will you would really like that game. Although the issue is it's kind of pricey. Last I checked, it's around $60 on Steam. It was
Oh,
on
okay.
sale. It was put on sale there for $60. At least here in the Philippines, because Steam had different rates in every country. So yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
so you need to create a Steam account and yeah, buy the game from there.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, so yeah, you can actually Google it, Near Automata.
Oh yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Is
it's
this like a RPG game or is it um
It's they call it JRPG game, but it's mostly action driven, and there's also some shmup in the mix there. But
Okay.
the story is very nice.
Looks
I
interesting.
couldn't
Yeah.
recommend you the new games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring because those are very difficult. I didn't really play it because based on what I see, uh, people are spending too much time trying to defeat a boss that's utterly difficult.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
know.
would
I
spend
think
hours and
I've
hours.
seen um, a few clips on YouTube. It's
Yeah,
either Elden Ring or what's the one?
Dark
Uh,
Souls.
yes, Dark Souls. Yes,
Yeah,
some crazy giant boss that they have to fight.
yeah. I think people have some kind of I think this kind of this. I don't want to demean them, you know. I think these gamers have some. It's like their fetish, you know. The it's like they orgasm when they defeat a boss. You know, they play the game, they fight it for 3 hours, and they study it really hard, and then they practice and practice and practice, and then when they finally defeat the boss, they get like they get uh a, some dopamine over it.
Yeah, they get
Yeah,
the satisfaction of
yeah,
finally
yeah,
defeating the boss.
they're satisfied with that. Yeah,
Okay, I get my satisfaction when I finish working on my video and I'm uploading it to YouTube.
yeah,
So yeah, maybe people can choose their own drugs, quote
yeah.
unquote.
Well, the game I recommended is actually you can save it your progress, so
Ah, I see.
you can stop anytime you want and just get back to it on a later. You know, it can be played casual. Yeah. So and yeah, I think that would suit you. That game would suit you.
Okay, thank you for the recommendation. I'll check it out when I have time.
Although I don't know if you can play it on your PC because you might need a very good graphics card.
Oh yeah, my graphics card is not the highest
Uh,
because apparently
what's
working on
what's
After
what's the
Effects.
specs of your graphics card?
I don't think you can see it from the settings here. I mean, my processor and
Also, you're built
everything.
in, or do you have?
No, I have a custom PC to suit the needs of After Effects mainly.
Oh, okay. Because I'm using when I played it, I was using 4 GB VRAM
Mm-hmm.
graphics card. For I think 4 would be okay, but you cannot really play it in full resolution. I would recommend something around 8 GB of VRAM.
Okay, I don't know how many VRAM I have.
Yeah, because
Oh, my VRAM is 4 gigabytes. Yes, I have
okay.
the GTX 1050 Ti.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
I
very high.
I had the same graphics card
Oh,
before.
really?
Yeah, yeah. When I played it, although I couldn't play it full screen because tends to lose some frame rates and it gets laggy.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
So, but you can still play it. You can still enjoy it that way. You just need to adjust your settings.
Maybe
Right now,
lower
I'm
the graphics.
using a 12 GB uh, graphics card. I pick up the RTX 3060.
Oh
12.
wow, so that's a fancy one. Okay.
Yeah, I actually bought it for AI use. So because I'm an artist and I wanted to adapt the technology.
Okay. So the program that you've used, Adobe Animate, does it consume a lot of CPU power. I mean GPU power, like
Oh no,
the graphics card.
it's actually very light.
Ah,
Although I'm
yes.
not using Adobe Animate right now, I'm using Adobe Flash CS3.
Okay.
Yeah, the old one, the
Aren't they
very
did the
very
same
old
thing?
one, because I didn't like the features of the new one. It's like
Ah,
they remove some stuff that I use a lot, and then they added stuff that I have no idea how to use. So yeah.
okay. Yeah. I see that.
Although I'm right now I'm practicing to use the AI programs, and I installed it on my computer.
With
I
AI, you mean the artificial intelligence or
Yeah,
the Adobe
AI
Illustrator?
tools. Yeah, the AI tools that where you can generate images.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, text to image stuff.
Okay.
Uh
I think those are paid, right? They like you have to pay for every time you generate an image.
oh yeah. So well, if you go to their websites, you have to have a subscription, but you can also install it on your PC locally, and you can generate unlimited.
Okay. Is this Dali or the one from Google?
Uh, no, no,
What's his
it's
name?
the one I'm
Uh,
using is Stable Diffusion.
Stable. Okay, this Stable
Yeah,
Diffusion.
they have it's open source, and I had two graphics cards. The first one was 8 GB, and then when I tried it using the Stable Diffusion, I tend to have some errors sometimes because the GPU cannot handle the generation, the render thing. So I had to sell that one and bought a new one, which is the 12 GB right now.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay. Yeah.
I think it would be really helpful if you can if you can generate your images in AI, especially for us which are independent creators, and there's really no restrictions, only just the loud voices are blowing it out of proportion, the AI issue with the artists losing their jobs. I don't really believe it, because I think it's not the AI tools fault overall. I think there's other many factors, like inflation, uh, the downsizing of companies, and there's regulate government regulations that affects the companies, so they decided to automate and outsource. And yeah, I think it's economic. It's not the AI tools fault. Maybe AI tools have some some something to do with all these negative things, but overall I think they are people are like having a tunnel vision, right? And I think they are missing some information as well. It's not entirely about the AI's fault.
Yeah. I'm actually interested to try image generation, try AI image
Yeah, I
generation, but
think I think
I'm
in your
still.
in your in your videos, since you might want to save your time with some elements like the drawings, the animals. I think AI can handle it, instead of uh instead of spending like 5 hours drawing a wolf, for example, or a cow. AI can do it in one go, and you can keep doing it and just select what you want. It's like you're curating the images, and you can select the
Okay.
best ones.
Yeah, any help would be appreciated in the process of my video creation. So Yeah, I would really appreciate if I can just, in a few clicks of a button, I can create a beautiful illustration or drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the things people say about AI, because they, most of them don't really understand the technology, and I believe they don't even they never even touched it. So it's like they're talking negative things on things that they do not understand or even use. I think that's not a good practice, So you
Yeah, but
shouldn't
I'm
worry
mostly
about it.
worried about the ethical and philosophical matter of utilizing the innovation, because yeah, I'm still not really sure on where I stand about this, because I can really like, I mean, the problem is not solely people getting replaced with technology, but also the essence of art itself,
Oh,
whether
okay.
or not we can call the creation of a non-conscious entity as art, and then just reap the value out of it. Yeah, this is really complex, and I'm not like, I don't even bother to go too deep in it. But yeah, I'll look into it. It is I think it can help me in my creative process, and if it benefits you, maybe it can benefit me as well.
Yeah, here's the thing. I since I came from the animation background, let me tell you about something about my past. Before I did digital animations, I used to work on traditional animations. Uh, we draw on paper, and then eventually, as time progresses, technologies develop, studios started ditching the traditional animations, and I lost my job. It was really painful because it was my at the time, it was my bread and butter. Then suddenly the studio decided to lay us off because they are gonna transition to digital animation. So I had no choice. I had to adjust, I have to adapt, and I had to learn how to animate digitally. So I think if you don't want to get left behind, it could be life or death in some instances, because I didn't really had any other option aside from animation, because I didn't finish high school, and
Oh,
the only option I had was it's either I go back to the farm or work on construction, and I didn't want that. So yeah, I had to make way and proceed with the digital animation, and I'm I'm very happy that I did, because otherwise I don't know where would I end up. So art doesn't stay the same. People used to mine some stones and herbs, and then they crush it and just to make paint, and then they brush it on the canvas. That's art, and that's the whole process. And then eventually we end up with a computer. We have Photoshop, and people use the mouse as their brush, or they have a pen tab, and they call themselves artists. But way back then, if you want to call yourself an artist, you have to labor. That's why it's very expensive. These art pieces are very expensive because there's actually hard labor involved in producing those kind of arts. And people take those things for granted. And I think it will evolve. We no longer have to labor like we used to. I believe the next generations will wouldn't really know how to draw, but they can still produce art and they will call themselves artists. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, sure, sure. I'll reconsider actually implementing AI art into my work. Actually, coming off about what you said that you didn't finish high school, I think the same thing can be said for me as well. I didn't finish college. I started studying economics in a university, but I decided to quit it because there was some timing issues with my job, and also deep down I don't know if I really need the title if I want to become uh, an artist, a digital creator. And yeah, so I decided to stop my college, and right now I wouldn't say I regret it, but I am definitely at a more difficult situation right now. Like the choice of job that is open to me in terms of academics is much less available. And even if you have a title, it'll still be difficult to find a job, much less without. And that's why I am committed to work on my creative journey in this on YouTube and
Yeah.
work and make vector trace work. And um, lately, I have been quite lucky because my channel has been monetized, and
Yeah,
it has
congratulations.
started. Thank you. Yeah, and it has started making revenue. It is not much, but it's better than nothing. And yeah,
And the
I
good thing
think.
about your content is it has a very long shelf life. It doesn't it's not the same as most videos on YouTube right now that where there where it's only consumable for like a week and then people forget about it. You know, they don't need to come back. Your videos have a repeat value, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to call it evergreen content, like because it can get people to view the video regardless of the season, regardless of the time. And yeah, I think that's one upside of my
You
type of
don't have
content.
to catch the dragon.
Yes, I don't have to follow the trend every time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Content creation is can get very tiring, you know, especially if you have a day job as well. You need to grind, you know, support yourself. Yeah,
Yes, mostly because like your content hasn't been able to pay for your bills. That's why.
wow. I noticed we are arriving like in 2 hours already. That was fast. I didn't notice the time. Wow. So yeah. What do you think? Do you have any topics you want to talk, or you want to and wrap it up here?
Well, I mean, if there's still anything, I think we can continue it in another session if you would have me again
Oh
as your
yeah,
guest.
definitely. You are fun to talk with actually, and
Thank you.
and you know you're pretty open minded, and I like your vibes. You know, this is I call this project vibes because I want to vibes with people who want to
uh,
feel them. Yeah, I think you're.
so, do you have any plan for like the next episode that I can look forward to? Any guests that you would like to invite?
Yeah, I think I want to invite the other creators from the club as well, like all of them, especially
Oh,
KB. She's very fun to talk with, and her voice is very how do you call this, soothing. Soothing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you'll be relaxed when she's talking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot for coming in, man.
Okay, thanks a lot for
You're
having me.
such a great guest, man. I like your
Thank
vibes.
you. Appreciate that.
So Anyway, before I go, do you have a question for the next guest? I will get the current guest question and ask it to the next guest, something like that, and then yeah, he or she will answer, and then I will ask them to ask a question for the next guest.
Oh, okay, that is a very fun concept.
Yeah.
A question, yeah. I have a lot of like weird questions that would be funny, but for now, maybe I'll just go with Oh my god, this is going to be difficult. A question. Uh,
Anything quirky or just random question, you know.
okay, I can't think of any other question, but so this question might be a little weird. The question is, if we are like what we do, what our options were, what we choose in our life are based on the outside situations, and it's also based on the chemical composition of our brain. Is it fair to call that we have agency, that we have independence upon what we choose? Oh my god, that is a really bad question. Let me just
That's very deep, man.
it's
Maybe
too
we
deep,
can
I think.
maybe
It's
we
too
can
deep.
do we have agency as a human? Something
Uh-huh.
like that. Is that what you want to ask?
Yes, or maybe I should just find another more family friendly question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me think of something. Uh,
You
okay, how about this?
didn't expect this, right?
No, I didn't expect this. Otherwise, I would have come prepared. This question: if you could have any superpower for just one day, what would it be, and how would you use it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
If
think that's an open-ended question, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not too philosophical.
yeah. And yeah, if you have a superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, right. Thank you. That's Factor Trace, everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you for listening for this long interview. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be like this. So yeah, I'm Dakzky, and check out his stuff. I'm gonna put it on the description and mine as well. So see you later, guys.
Thank you for listening, guys. See you.
See ya.
Thank you, Dakzky.
Thank you, Eric. Bye.